$21,000. Those are my lucky numbers, 3, 3, 6, 1, 7. I like 7. So that's how I came up with that number. It's nothing particular, no outside sources, but throwing myself on the mercy of the court, on the board, please lower it to 331.
Has, I just have one question. You said, how much did you say your taxes went up?
The property value went up.
Proper value, excuse me.
It went up. I didn't do the actual numbers on it, but it's listed now as 426,000, and that is up from 335. Thank you.
And you hadn't made any changes to the property at all?
Got a new roof, which was $27,000 this past year.
Right.
But other than that, I haven't made any special improvements to the property.
Have you met with the tax assessors to discuss your issue before coming here?
Yes.
And,
Yes, I did.
And y'all had a meeting, and
It wasn't a meeting, but the gentleman that took care of us, I have his card here, he was very thorough and gave me all the specs on what went on. William Goodman.
yeah, that's the man
Yeah.
right behind.
Did an excellent job of explaining everything.
Okay.
So that's why I took that information, and I have my information now, which is just throwing myself on the mercy of the board to say, can we reduce this price? Because it went up exponentially from what it was the prior year for the value of the home.
You live in a neighborhood,
River North.
River North?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Any questions from the board?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
Thank you, sir, and we will let the tax assessors have their speak.
How did I do?
Huh?
Did I do all right?
He did a good job.
Thank you.
All right, Bill.
Yeah, I don't really don't need one because I'm just here to help out. Right.
And this is Mr. Clark's properties at 317 Wimbledon Court, the River North subdivision. We have a final estimate of value of $426,009. And as always, we have 3 comps that we've made adjustments to validate our values. Comp number 1 is located at 240 Lake Annie Drive. It has a value of $506,975. It's sold on March 2nd, 2021 for $422,000. Mr. Clark's lot is valued at $66,825. This lot is valued at $52,813, so I subtracted $14,012. They're pretty comparable in size. Mr. Clark's is 3,039 square foot. This property is 3,054. So it's bigger, so I've subtracted $1,845. The comparable is 5 years newer in effective age, so I subtracted $28,538. They're both 130 grade. The comp has a half bath less, so I added $858 to bring that even. The garage is a little bit smaller, so I added $1,343. The porches and everything were a little bigger, quite a bit bigger. They were $21,404. Mr. Clark's was $12,590, so I subtracted $8,814. Total adjustments for this comp was $22,984 for a total value of $483,991. The second comp, 263 Plantation Drive, we have it valued at $369,015. It is smaller, like about 500 something square foot smaller, so I added 64,701 to get the value up to, make adjustments. Both of them have the same effective year. I made no change there. It has a half bath less. It was $792. I made an adjustment there. On the garage, their garage was a little bigger. It was $11,862. Mr. Clark's was $10,368, so I subtracted $1,494. The porches and everything, the subjects was less. It was $6,453. Mr. Clark's is $12,590. I made a positive adjustment of $6,137. The accessories, this had accessories worth $32,568. We came out with, our total value on this comp was $428,363. The last one is Masters Cove. It had a value of $294,000. The land value was the same, so we made no adjustments there. It's a smaller house, so I had to add $149,917 to that. The price per square foot is $124. Mr. Clark's is $118. They were both 2,000 a year built. I had to add $2,496 because it only has 2 bathrooms. Mr. Clark has 3. The garage was a little bit smaller, so I had to add $772 there to make that even. The porches and decks, they only had 3,173. Mr. Clark had 12,590. So I made an adjustment of $9,417. In total, I made $163,602 in changes. Total value $458,286. In summation, the subject property is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath improvement located in the River North subdivision. After adjustments, comparable number 1 with adjusted value of $483,991. Then total adjustments, $22,984, has the smallest amount of adjustment and is therefore the most comparable. It also sold on 3/21/2021 for $422,000. We feel our value is fair and uniform and request no change. Total final value is $426,009.
Any questions from Bill?
Pretty much all of it. It's not, these people that's paying these prices for these homes, that just doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
We should not be penalized because people are not very astute in their negotiating skills. Pay that much for those homes in that development, it makes no sense at all.
But they do.
But I shouldn't be penalized because of their
That
inadequacy,
was bad.
right?
The thing is, they are paying it, and by law, we're bound
He did
to
these
follow
in,
the
he
law.
did these in
That's what we have to do by state
2021.
law.
But you
And
shouldn't be
Year.
able to,
That's where he got these numbers for these houses.
ignorance of the law should not be an
That
excuse.
was a bad year. That was,
That's what I read that in my law books. That should not be common practice because someone is not intelligent in their negotiating
if you
skills.
can convince the legislature of that,
I need to
You'll make my
convince,
job a
don't we need
whole lot
to
easier.
convince the board? Don't we need to have a conversation with the board or just you and I talking?
no, sir, I mean, they're listening, but you can go back up there.
They're not listening, they're not even engaged in what I'm saying. They're not listening to me.
Well, sir,
Come on now.
like I said, I have to follow the law. When the market goes up as it has,
I
We
understand
have
it
to
going
follow
up,
the
but
law.
not going up that much. Because
Well-
these individuals are just, maybe they have a lot. I'm retired. I'm
Yes, sir.
throwing myself on the mercy of the court. I'm on fixed income, retired, just trying to make it.
yes, sir, I am too. And I'm not being dismissive.
I like this my man right here.
I'm retired too, sir.
We see eye to eye. The rest of the board, they're not engaged.
He's
I'm with him.
in my office.
Well, good. I like your office.
one of my numbers as well. I grew up on it.
What the hell?
I grew up at 331 and on Avenue.
See, so we should be, you should understand more what I'm saying.
Again, I'm bound by what the law tells me I have to do.
But the law's supposed to be fair. It's not being fair to me.
I suggest going to the legislature and talking to them.
Well,
If you get a change, you'll
Bottom
find
line,
out a lot
I
of-
just can't afford any more taxes.
Yes, sir.
Can I interrupt y'all a minute?
Yes, sir.
Bill, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
What was the reason that you used, the 2021? Was that the closest sales that you could find that were comparable, with the comparable property? That was a kind of a unique year, 21 was it? Everything was just going crazy, and, it kind of drove them up.
We've been having 150 to 170 appeals a year, and we used to have 5 assessors in there.
Right.
We've got me, and luckily Emery's been in there.
That's right.
So what I do is I run a sales query, and I went over the last few years. I picked just arbitrarily 2021 to 2020, till December 31st, 2024. These are the first 4 I came up with, and I went with them. I mean, but I could have went through, all of them are 118, 123, 117, 124. They're all, that's the price per square foot. That's in line with, actually, this is low. On average, existing houses right now are selling for about 150 a square foot. All of these are below this, but those are the first ones, because we had a lot of appeals to get to. I didn't spend as much time as I have in other years.
Right.
These are the first ones came up, they worked, I went with them. But I mean, I did not choose 2021 for any specific reason, but I can probably pull a query and find some from other years. Since February of this year forward, the market has came down, but pretty much from 2020, 21, 22, midways 23 was a feeding frenzy. It was just going up, 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 up. The demand has came down some since then, but the prices have not. It's only in February of this year that the prices have started coming down. But I didn't target 2021 or anything like that. Those are the ones that came up, they worked, I did them. That's why I used that year.
How did these compare? You know, we're looking at, this 36 to 44%. If you took these houses that you used for a comparison, where are they, you know, you told us yesterday, or you told the board yesterday that we were at 32.8 or something on our, level of assessment for the state.
2 years ago, we have to be, by law, we have to be, ideally, they want us to be at 40% of fair market value. You have a $100,000 property, you pay tax on $40,000. 2 years ago, we were at 32.9. Last year, we were at 31.26. That's way below 40. When Kim and I started working on this year, we were at 27. We were year before last, on the way we do this is based on tables. You start with the plainest plain Jane house, a 100 grade house. You set a base price per square foot on that 100 grade house. The 100 grade house is a starter home pretty much. It's just plain Jane square box or rectangle. Got contractor grade roofing, contractor grade windows, flooring, most basic plumbing fixtures, everything. It's just on good, average, better. This is just bargain basement.
Let me ask you a question though. If you took these properties that you picked, where would they come out on a comparison on the median ratio for these properties that you picked? You picked the properties, you said they were in comparison, and you made them in comparison by your adjustment, but where are they? If you did those to see where you brought this up, if you brought these up, cause it's, that's what the goal is to get within the state
Right.
requirement.
If the sale price is higher than what we have, it's gonna be below. Sales ratio will be below, just like they'll probably be in the 34 to 36 range, most all of those.
These
Because
are-
the sales were higher than what we had them on for.
These are all this year's values on here.
That's right.
And what, like I said, when we started out, we were 27 or 28% in March.
Right.
And all these are on our tables at 110 a square foot.
Right.
Our average, our sales ratio right now for this year, we project to be at 38.8. We were at $60 a square foot last year, we're at $110 a square foot this year. We had to get up in line with market values. And we feel that these overall, I mean, I can't say that each one of these will be at 38, but overall, over the whole county,
Right.
we're at 38.8. Some of these may be low, some of these may be high, I can't say, but
But when you took
overall
them
in
and
the
put
whole
them together
county,
and came out with the average, when you took your selected group that you picked, because they were comparable, if you took the average on that to come up with the median, is what you done, did it increase, did it get us up to 36, or did it?
when we raised our base price per square foot from 60 to 110, we went from around 27, our ratio of 27 to 38.8.
Okay. So,
But-
these houses, is this, these houses, 110, are they 140, or?
One of these, Mr. Clark's house is,
Right.
a 130, the next house is a 130, the next house is a 130, and I believe the one on Masters Cove, I neglected to put that down, but I believe it's a 130 grade is also.
Right,
He's priced the
Oh,
square
you're talking
foot.
about the price per square foot?
Right,
Mr. Clark's is 118 a square foot, this is 123, the next one is 117, the next one's 124 a square foot.
so they were,
They're real close, and like I said, all of those are below the average selling price per square foot right now. Existing homes on average are selling for 150 a square foot. Some of them are 130, some of them are 180, but on average, the average price per square foot on existing homes right now is about 150 a square foot.
Excuse me, you have him listed at $118 dollars per square foot. The improvement value is 25%, the overall valuation went up 26%. What was the square footage value used in last year's assessment for Mr. Clark? Do you know?
Emory can pull it up.
Square footage price?
It would be basically $60 a square foot times 1.3, but I'll look it up right quick.
So, Mr. Clark, you did put a new roof on your house, correct?
State Farm did. Yes, this past year. It wasn't a real good roof, though.
Also, in River North, when we did our changes this year, we raised our base price per square foot on residential. We also made neighborhood adjustments in different neighborhoods. Rural land, urban land, we raised the value of accessories. We went up on everything this year because we had to get in compliance with state law. But River North jumped, I think there were 35,000 a lot, and the base in there is 50,050, and I believe are you on the golf course,
Yes.
Mr. Clark? Okay, so that's why he's at 66.
I don't play golf.
But,
Paying for the view.
but we did put a factor in there on River North because that's been one of the hottest selling subdivisions we have. That is one, every time we made an incremental adjustment, we started at $60 a square foot, we went to 75, then we went to 90, then we went to 100, then we went to 110. And we looked at different neighborhoods, we didn't do a sales ratio in every neighborhood. For River North, we put in there every time because that was one of the hottest selling areas we've had. In 22, 21, 22, 23, you could ride down River North Boulevard and at least every third house, sometimes every other house had a for sale sign. Emery, will you pull up a map of River North and just pull up the Q Public and do where you have existing sales? And it looks like a Christmas tree. There's been so many sales in there.
That's gentrification. You got the young professionals coming in with all this money and just throwing it away on these homes.
But again,
All the people
they
that's
did
there,
pay
we
that
can't-
for
We
them.
can't hardly survive.
Oh, Bill, when y'all are doing, I noticed that every time you complete your statement about how you figured it, you said it meets uniformity. You feel like it meets uniformity. Ain't uniformity one of the biggest things that we're fighting in the county right now to get it back?
Our uniformity is not uniform right now. We didn't have the time or the manpower to do it. That's why we're having a revow this year.
And the revow will be next year, right?
Yes, sir. A month and a half, 2 months ago, they were at a quarter of the county.
Right.
And by now, they're probably close to the whole county. But like I said before, we used to, counting Tony, we had 5 appraisers in there for the last
That's right.
few months. It's been me, and luckily Emery's came in and helped me. I didn't have time to go out there and do 13,000 houses. What we did is we raised our base price per square foot up this year, Kim and I did. We did that, we changed the land value, urban land values, rural land values, accessories. We didn't really do much on commercial this year. We just didn't have the time or the manpower to do it. Our uniformity, we are off on uniformity, I'll admit that, we are. But we came way down. When we first started our COD, that's a coefficient of dispersion, is the way you measure uniformity.
That's
It's
right.
supposed to be 1.5 or less.
That's right.
We're, I think, in 22, 23, like that. When they do the full revow this year, the uniformity will be better. What we were concerned on was the sales ratio, getting that right. We could only do so much. We had 90 to 120 days to do this in. I mean, we worked to get this.
Well, let me ask you this question. I hate to keep interrupting, but I'm trying to move along.
Right.
You said that one of the things that you looked at was the disbursement.
Coefficient of dispersal?
Right.
Yes, sir.
And, now, you took a group of houses and you adjusted them to where the sales price and the type of houses they were, you got them as close as you could. You
We
said you
are
did
right
that.
at the 110.
No, sales-
Sales.
Sales price is just on there to show you what it sold for.
Okay.
It doesn't come into any of his calculations.
Yeah, okay, what I'm saying though, but you took a group of houses and you're supposed to have that, coefficient of dispersion. You just said that it probably wouldn't meet, if you took your little group that you did, would that,
I'd have to run it and to
but you
find
don't
out.
run that,
It does.
I don't do it on these small groups. I did it in the neighborhood, and then I did it over the county as a whole. That is not the coefficient of dispersion. We're not where we need to be on that.
right?
On the PRD, the price related differential, we are where we needed to be. That means we're lower price housing,
It's all equal, it's not biased.
right, yes, sir. And that, we are within the guidelines of that. What happened over the last few years, houses that sold were bumped up, but the houses around them weren't. And that's where we get into our uniformity issues. That's why we have the reval people out there doing that, making sure each house is graded out, because a lot of times a house sold and the grade was bumped up, which it shouldn't have been, but it was bumped up to get the value. We didn't have time to go back and fix all those. We did have a lot of them that were in there, they couldn't get them high enough by jacking the grade up. They just put overrides on them. We removed all the overrides in there. That's why some of these should be higher, because they had the override taken off, but we didn't make other adjustments
Right.
we should. The reval people are doing this. We did the best we could, and like I said, overall, I feel good with these numbers. Are they perfect? No, sir. Next year, they'll probably be as close to perfect as they've ever been.
Well, I'm confident in your evac, what you presented to us
Yes, sir.
today, and, I just, that's threshold is what the state said, that when these people get through with the evaluation, we should meet each one of those thresholds. We
Yes,
should
sir.
be comparable, we should be within a thing, but right now, we're all out, and it's got the prices all, they're just up and
Yes, sir.
down, we're getting a heck of an increase,
We
here
are,
on some of these.
but what it is we've been so low for so long.
Okay, we understand.
You know, we were, 2 years ago, we were at $40 a square foot. To build a house right now, like Mr. Clark's house, would be $180, $190 a square foot. We've got him at $118 a square
Right.
foot. Some houses, like out at Little Creek, those houses are $225 to $250 a square foot to build. In Hampton Lakes, those houses are, the cost to build them is over $150, $160 a square foot, and those are 100, 110 grade houses. It's just, the prices for what is selling, the price of what it takes to build houses are just unbelievably high right now. And we've had to make adjustments to get in line with the market.
Bill, on your records, would you look at comp one
Yes, sir?
out of four? This house has a four in it. So you'll adjust it down to the four, it doesn't really make that much difference, but if they have a four, doesn't even run full.
Emery, pull that up and I'll subtract that from it.
Yeah, it's okay, I mean, I'm looking at the assessors part, you gave a $32,000 change, so, change on comp two, but that would be on comp one as well. But overall, it doesn't really change the numbers, because that puts you basically at 450, 428, 450, you're still in the same realm,
Right.
just for your records.
Okay. Normally I look, I must have
It's
missed.
fine, just for your records.
All right.
Put it in, you probably put it in accessories, that's what I do. I put all the accessories under one thing when I do it. So that's probably what you did.
That, no, I don't, because I don't have accessories on there.
Okay.
No problem, just thought for your records.
Okay.
Mr. Clark, you got anything else you wanna,
I
after
guess
you've
I go
heard
back-
this now and heard our conversation, if you got anything that you wanna say now about your,
I'll just go back to the beginning, throw myself on the mercy of the board. For some relief.
all right. Bill, you
All
got
the
anything?
numbers are great. I mean, I think they do a great job. I don't dispute any word coming out of it.
Goodman.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand it all. It's just a humanity of it, the personal of it. That's the only case I have that I'm trying to make today. And I appreciate you guys' time. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm good with questions.
All right, right now, we're gonna get together and come up with a decision on this case.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
I know.
It's fantastic over here. It's simple people,
I'm starting with work. Yeah. That's a lot of questions. I don't know.
I'll tell you, you can take over here if you want to.
I'm surprised you
You
haven't
can
been
learn
up
all
there.
you want to.
Mr. Clark,
Yes, sir.
did you make a request of what you wanted your evaluation, what you thought your evaluation should be? Did you give us you didn't give us any paperwork, did you give us in your statement, did you say, what you thought your evaluation on your house should be? They give us their number of what they,
$331,000.
huh?
$331,000?
Is that what you wrote on the form when you made the
I
appeal?
think that's what I wrote on the form.
Do you have a copy of the appeal paperwork?
I do, hold on just one second.
Thank you, Bill.
He put 375.
It changed.
Oh, gosh.
I was under pressure that day.
That's the appeal.
Thanks, Bill. Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
We can split the difference.
decision?
Yes, sir.
And, what we recommend, is that the, taxes, the valuation be at 416,310. And basically how we came up with that is, we figured it on $115 square foot. And we gave you more on the lot because your lot's on the golf course. So that brought that to the way we figured it, brought to 416,310. To you, Bill, any comment? Come back with comment?
No, that's fine. When you say it, that's it.
Huh?
That's it. When you say that, that's it.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why y'all are here.
Well, somebody always wants to say something, so I wanna give everybody a chance.
Y'all, your decision's fine.
I appreciate you taking the time to listen, and I guess.
Okay,
I guess
well,
I'll see you next year.
we try to do our best, and, Bill and them try to do their best, and it's just it's a system we got to work through because we got requirements.
I appreciate it.
All right,
I'll see you next year.
that takes
Mark, we
care.
won't see you next year.
No,
This freezes your valuation
it freezes it.
for a couple of years.
No, but he does have the right to appeal.
You have the right to appeal it.
Yes.
And plus, it's gonna be a reevaluation done.
So we probably won't see you.
The rebound.
And
If
y'all
we do,
talk,
we'll look forward to it.
y'all
Don't
talk,
y'all wanna see me again? Come on.
Thank you, Mr. Clark.
I'm a nice person. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I know that's true. Next time we'll have some work. I know, this is just my test run. I know. Now I know.
anybody wanna go on a break, or y'all, we gonna go right on to the next one?
Much going on. Did you put on the valuation, Cameron?
Huh? You got all the paperwork,
You need to fill out the valuation.
oh, down here.
What was, excuse me, last thing for me. What was that the final number that you guys came up with? 46?
416.
416,310.
Well, that's a couple dollars. I appreciate it. Thank you.
416,310.
Okay.
And
Won't
I
be
don't know
as
what
high,
your
I think.
reasoning was outside of, you had a 26% increase in valuation. You had a 25.55% increase in square footage. And so that pretty much negates the
I might even go back to work.
valuation increase.
I kind of miss it.
What's the reason?
Well, we're hiring.
You come up. Debbie,
But you just explained.
put your initials in there, please.
Oh, I need to put my initials.
Yeah, that way you know everybody, you know, if you got three,
Everybody got a shot.
if you got a check over here, I mean,
Well,
a yes
there's
over
this
here.
one, make a find your first door on your right, it's a human resource. Go in there and tell her you're applying.
I don't have any skills other than sales.
Yeah, you do good, that's what you need in this business. You gotta be able to talk.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Clark.
All right. You ever known? All right, our next person is Mr. David and Deborah Lewis. Mr. Lewis, you wanna go first, or you wanna let the,
I apologize to you all because I am a retired veteran, 100% disability. My veteran's hearing aids are broke and I can't hear, so you gotta speak loud to me. If you don't hear, I mean, if I look at you like a deer in headlights, it's because I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
this one or this one? All right, we're shuffling paperwork. Are you ready to present? Can you tell us where you live at? Can you tell us your address?
My name is David Lewis.
Right.
And I own the residence at 327 Wimbledon Court.
Right.
My tax assessment in 2024 was $29,050. My tax assessment this year was $431,606. That's a $132,556 increase.
Yes, sir.
I understand people saying, you know, the prices are going up. Every house in Wilmington core area has been there since the '97 when I bought my house. The house was built. I bought it in 2013. Mr. Clark lives 2 doors down from me. Everybody in their neighborhoods went up 120,000 plus. Other neighborhoods in River North went up $10,000 and $12,000. To me, that's an accessible amount increase. I know I don't pay the money that everybody else to pay because I'm 100% disability. I only pay a portion of the millage rate. But the basic principle of the other people that don't have the time to come here and appeal stuff, to make a point, this is excessive assessment. Now, if this gentleman here assessed it for the price of $431.06, if he'll write me a check for that much money, I'll be gladly accept their assessment. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You have any questions for me? I'm sorry.
Board?
No.
No, sir. We're good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
As he stated, this is another house on Wimbledon Court in River North. Mr. Lewis's house is a 140 grade house. I believe Mr. Clark's was as well, 2,716 square foot. I have 3 comps here. The first comp is at 419 Darren Carson Lane. The value there, the lot there was 1.25 acres, valued at $63,394. Subtract that from Mr. Lewis's $66,825. I had to add $3,431. The square footage of the one on Darren Carson was a little smaller, so I subtracted I added $14,406 to bring that even. It was 1 year newer, so I subtracted $30,092 for that. Down here on the bathrooms, it had a half bath more. I subtracted $1,051 there. The garage was roughly the same. I subtracted $300 there. Porches and everything, the comparable was a little less. I added $4,207. The accessories, the comp had $14,039 in accessories. Mr. Lewis had $2,453. I subtracted $11,586. Fireplace, made an adjustment of negative $444 there. Total adjustments $21,429. Final value $44,165. The next one was in Stonebrook. It has a value of $468,765. The land was more, so I had to subtract $5,975. The square footage was higher, so I subtracted $20,286. The year built was higher. So, that should have been a negative 9,909. The garage was a little smaller, so I subtracted, I added $1,503. The porches were 10,962. Mr. Lewis's were 9,399. I subtracted, I should have added, subtracted $1,563. The accessories, they had no accessories, so I added $2,453 there. The fireplace, I had to add $1,297. Total value, total adjustments for negative 12,664. Total value 456,101. The next comparable was on Stone Gables. It's valued at 488,023. Had to subtract $1,718 to get the land equalized out. It was a little smaller. I added $1,824 for that. The effective year was way up. It was 2015 versus 2002, so I subtract $26,812 there. The baths were the same. The garage was $30,432. Mr. Lewis's was $13,207, so I subtracted $17,229 there. The porches were, they had more porches, 7,553 minus 2,453, so I subtracted $5,100 there. The fireplace, I subtracted $338 there to balance them out. Total adjustments, negative $55,678. Total value $432,345. The subject property was a house located on Wimbledon Court and River North of the comparables. Number 2 has the fewest adjustments of $12,664 and a total value of $456,000. We believe our values to be fair and uniform and request there be no change. Our final opinion of value is $431,606.
How many of these properties in River North?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was talking to Bill, excuse me. How many of these properties are in River North?
These, none,
None.
correct.
Right.
But you could use, I had one in there from the other one, I think.
Master's code.
Like I said,
Right.
when I do a query,
Right,
we've been so busy, I just grab the first ones that come up in that query.
Right.
If they work, I go with it. Well, the location, we take out when we do the land there, making that adjustment.
right,
That takes that out of the equation. A 140 grade house should be roughly the same price if it's in Haddock, if it's in River North, if it's in Roundover. The house price per square foot, it's not going to be exact because you're going to have age differences, things like that that'll vary, but roughly a 120 grade house should be the same, roughly the same of the same year, within a few dollars wherever you are in the county.
when you're doing an assessment of a neighborhood, would you consider River North, everything in River North comparable, and so everything in that should be uniform?
To a point, I mean, but you have, probably the lowest graded house in River North is probably a 125.
Uh-huh.
But you have some in there that are 160, 170 grade houses. You get down there close to the river, the houses are a lot bigger, a lot nicer. Out closer to our end of it, the houses are smaller and not, I mean, they're nice houses. That's a very nice subdivision.
Right,
But, you go from one that has hardy board siding or something like that to the ones down close to the river, they're all brick and all that. So there are differences, but it's a good neighborhood. River North's one of our nicer neighborhoods.
Y'all got any questions for them?
Why do you consider this a 140 house?
It's a brick vinyl house, the peaks, it's got the door with the, sky, windows on each side and everything. I didn't grade the house, it was built in 97, 2002,
It would at least be at 140, could be better.
and it's 2,716 square foot.
It's got the soldier brick, it's got the nice windows.
The coins on the side and the brick.
And it's got, like I said, the light in the windows by the door, that's 120, 130, 135, 140, 145.
Well, the reason I'm asking is 317 had gables, kind of a different roof line. This doesn't have gables. 1.5 versus a single story floor.
Did he get any, difference in when the houses were built? Did y'all figure any depreciation or anything?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He is at .79, which means he's got 21% of the value written off.
And it-
If you'll look on, you go to his property record card,
That's
look at the second page, and over here at the top, you see that fiscal depreciation is .79, so it has 21% of that written off. The replacement cost new on this house would be $436,803. We've got the house itself valued at $362,328. So to build our RCN, the next column over to the bottom, that RCN, that is the replacement cost new. We figured that it would be $436,803 to build the house today. It was built in 1997, it's got 2002 effective year.
Well, once again, when you said that you felt like this met uniformity, do you mean that means uniformity with the houses that you picked after you made your adjustment?
Yes, sir. Yes, I think all of these are comparable, and anything that I did, I made adjustments for. You know, like the number of bathrooms, things like that.
Now, this is 2024. This is, what we're looking at is 2024, right?
2025.
Value. We're looking at
This
25.
year's value, 2025.
That's right, this value came in at 25.
Yes.
Two or more.
You'd have to ask. We don't always
On
get the
that-
number of bedrooms.
On
The
the
number of
bathroom,
bedrooms don't have
bedrooms,
anything to do with
it's
that.
just heated square foot, it could be,
Mr. Lewis, how many bedrooms do you have?
I'm sorry?
How many bedrooms do you have? Four bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
3 baths.
3 full baths?
listed 2.5 baths, but it's actually 3 baths.
So we need to fix the tax card, so it says 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Okay. Thank you.
One of these houses you picked, bill was on the override.
I don't
That's
think that we
Stone
should.
Brook,
Stone
Stone
Brook,
Brook Drive, it says down there on y'all's notes. 2025, it was removed on overdrive.
Right. We had removed the override.
What was the deal with that? How did that come out?
When houses were selling for so much, we weren't doing what we should have been doing. We should have been changing our tables every year, and we didn't. Houses would sell for so much, you couldn't go up high enough on the grade to get them up there, and overrides would be placed on, because sometimes a house, we'd have a house at 250, it'd sell for 450. We'd have to put it at 200 and something grade to get it up there, so overrides were just placed on it. We've removed all the overrides, and we've gone back to valuing houses the way we should. We're adjusting the tables now, which is the way the state says we should do it, and it's truthfully the way it should be done. But we had, do you remember how many didn't we have close to 5,000 overrides?
Bunch.
Huh?
It was a bunch.
It was a bunch.
It was a lot, but that was one of the things.
One of the meetings.
When we had the Performance Review Board last year, we had houses all over, were way overgraded, we've corrected a bunch of them. We couldn't get to all of them, that's what the reval's doing. But we did go through there and remove, we tried to get every override. Did we miss some? Probably, but we're trying our best to get everything the way it should be.
Lord. I need to hear you bring up. looking at his square footage or I guess the square footage, it's the square footage classing that they put him in. Is, we think it's around 115. And, from what information we got here and from what we're looking at, we recommended that his taxes be 3. Can you hear me, mister? Would you like to come up here so you can hear me right here? Stop right there at the podium. What we recommended is your square footage would be 3. Your square footage, we think from our evaluation, looking at the information we have, we think that they missed it on the square footage price, and we lowered your square footage price to $314. That's gonna bring your taxes to $379,280. Valuation, excuse me. I keep saying that. All right, look here. This is, look at the, yeah, come on up here. This is what we've recommended that your value be now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's different than what you came up here to talk about. Okay, so you got that, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, all right. All right, you'll get a notice from us, and so it'll all be in writing to you, coming to you. Okay, sir?
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Ricky, what did you say y'all went to on price per square foot?
114, 115.
No, I was in the Navy.
Thanks out of your service.
That didn't do so well. Imagine that. He was the Coast Guard. That wasn't even real service. I'm not surprised.
All right, we gotta move along here, listen that. All right, the next one is Mr. Marvin and Sandra, Hammack.
Yeah. That's close enough.
Will you state, where your address is,
My address is 1161 Eatonton Highway.
and is that the property you're here to?
That's, well, I got 2 properties. There's a vacant lot and that property.
All right, do you want us to, are they taxed separate, or
They're taxed separate.
do you want us to look at both
We
properties?
can look in both of them now, if it's with y'all.
That's what you-
One of them's just a vacant lot.
Okay.
I'll address the vacant lot first. It's almost 8 acres, not quite, but it's on that highway, Eatonton Highway, and I'm sure y'all are familiar with Eatonton Highway. It's a very busy, noisy, dangerous highway. That lot, I've had a few offers for it. The highest offer I've ever had was $30,000. Nobody would pay me more. Most offers are $20,000 or less.
How many acres is it?
It's 7 point something, it's almost 8. You can just round it off to 8, but, so I think it's way overpriced at $59,000, I think is what they, huh?
Overvalued.
Yeah. 59,400 is what they have it valued at. And I don't think it's near that. I don't think I could sell it for near that.
Does it have any amenities on it at all?
There's an old barn. It was, the previous owner owned the house and that. I bought them separate, that's why it's 2 different taxes. He built it as a fort for his son or something, that was. And then he used it to live in. Why I bought it is because after I bought his house, he lived in it, carried his girlfriends there at night and was doing drugs. So I bought the place. I paid more than I should have paid for just to get him out of there
Yeah.
when I bought it.
Electricity.
I mean, you can check the county jail records if you think about it.
You want to bring up the next property?
Okay, the next one is my house. I think the market value is too high here because next door to me is a single wide trailer with a shipping container in the front yard, a dog pen in the front yard. The other side is a double-wide trailer with junk all over the place. Across the road is a double-wide trailer that you can go now and see it if you want to. The grass is above my knee in the front yard of it, where it's kept. There's a single-wide trailer there that hasn't been lived in a few years, and it's falling down. And it's on a very busy highway, dangerous, noisy highway, and people come to buy, they don't want to live on a busy, noisy highway. So the square footage, what it costs to build it, I don't think enters into it as much as the location of it.
And, how long y'all lived there?
Since 2010, a little before. We bought it right before the
2008.
housing bubble burst, and we overpaid for the house when we bought it. So I was pressured to buy because I was in North Carolina and had to move.
You got any questions, for us about, anything?
What value do you think it's worth?
I figured 230.
What did you pay last year?
The value?
Yeah. Not what you paid, excuse me, I get confused.
Last year they had it at 222, 978.
You're thinking it's worth what?
I said 230. Because of the location. The house, I don't see how he's gonna come up with a comp, because how you gonna find a comp that's situated in the midst of several trailers and on a busy highway? He's got to get all that to get a true comp.
Anything else? We good?
All right, thank you.
Bill?
Thank
Thank you, ma'am. Thank y'all for your presentation.
I'll do the land first.
you. 72.
Okay, this is 7.92 acres on the Eatonton Highway. We have it valued at 59,400, or roughly 7,500 an acre. If you look at the comps beside it there, Emery, could you pull it up and like maybe pull up the map there and we can show where these are? All the other lots in there are roughly, this one's 7.92, the second one's 6.29, the next one's 809, the next one is 0.69. But they're all valued, like I said, we went up on all rural land this year. On average, anything below 10,000, anything below 100 acres right now is selling on average for 10,000 an acre. I mean, you get into things with topography or a swamp or anything like that, land is up, and we had to go up because we hadn't done land values in a while, and we've got with all the sales and everything, we had to go up. The subject property, 7.92 acres, located on Eatonton Highway. All the properties in the Apple Orchard subdivision are valued at $7,500 an acre. We believe our values are fair and uniform and request there be no change. Everything in that subdivision, it's fair and uniform. All of them are at $7,500 an acre in that area.
You call him subdivision, or is he more rural?
It is rural, but that is a subdivision. It was platted out as a subdivision, that area.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Henry, would you please bring up the sales for the year? Overlay.
Tim's parents sold theirs right in there. There's one sale in there.
Did you compare any of those?
Emery did this one, I didn't do it, did you?
You use any of them that you compare?
You got sales prices on?
I don't on this. But these are the ones you had.
Oh, no, those on the land?
Yeah.
No, I just compared them to the.
Pull up, Emery, would pull up, I think that the
Yeah,
blue one.
two there on Eaton Highway.
Yeah, pull up the others and see where they are on,
Right there?
what, I think that's the one Tim's dad had. That's, 4 acres with a, let's say double wide, single wide, and it's 4.92 acres, and see where they are, and then maybe pull up a couple of the others. See what the sales price was and everything. You can click on report and it'll pull it up.
Sales, 2020, that's a whole load of sales.
If you just pull up the report and see where we have it on.
What do you want to see?
Just scroll down to the bottom. Right there, the land value is 33,828. How many acres is it? 4.5, so this is 7,000 an acre. It's probably at this, all those in there should be at the 7,500 an acre. And that'd make that right in there with that. It was, go down again, Emery, and, oh no. What's total land value? 32.
33,825.
And how many acres?
4.51.
7,500 an acre. Like I said, all of them in that subdivision should be at 7,500 an acre.
Is that, y'all have water out there? No. You're on well 17? How about fire protection?
Well, I'll tell you what my insurance told me. They said, volunteer fire department is next to no protection at all.
You need to talk to them about that because, this fire department has been upgraded and the insurance people need to recognize that and they should be recognizing it and give you a classification.
The only 2 fires I've seen right around my neighborhood,
Brush fire.
one house, they saved the chimney, and the other house, they didn't save anything, so, you know.
Thank you.
Bill, did you run a comparison on his house?
Well, I did, I've got those.
He just went over the land, he went over.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm,
Still on the land?
right.
Do y'all want to make a decision on it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Please.
Oh, that's good, thank you.
Yeah.
You guys need all the lights you can get.
Bill, where does this fall in terms of the 36 to 44% revaluation?
I mean, I didn't do that specific little,
I know you didn't, but yes.
Overall, we're at 38.8. I'd say we're in that right there. When we did land in there to get us up where we needed to be, we went up on the land.
Did you tell us earlier you went up on rural land?
We went up on rural land. I can't remember the exact percentage we went up. We went up on rural, urban, we went up on accessory buildings, and then we went up on residential
Are you talking about last year?
this year,
Yes, you
This year?
this year.
Last year was 5%, wasn't it?
Can I ask you a
I
question?
thought we went up 8% last
8%,
year.
yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
I'd like to ask him on this, is this one you say that the comp is sold for that?
That's the assessment.
It's not what it's sold, it's just what y'all assessed
Yes,
it
sir,
for.
yes, sir.
So if you're wrong on mine, you're wrong on theirs too, or you're wrong, does that mean?
What it is, in subdivisions like that, we do neighborhoods, we run sales ratio studies.
What I'm saying is, you assess this one, and this one, and if you think this one is wrong, and you use these two to say that one's right, so how do you use that to say yours is right on mine?
Because
So it's just your opinion.
because it's valued at the same
The
price
appraisal is an
per
opinion.
acre.
Huh?
An appraisal is an opinion, what it is, but yes,
But what I'm saying, all the values in there are the same price per acre.
what we do is run ratio studies. That tells us how much to raise it.
Did you figure in that one that you appraised at that has a well and septic tank on it? Did you figure that in you?
On what, on lots like that, we value we value,
That lot has a well and septic tank on it.
yes, sir.
So did you figure that?
No,
No, sir.
no, sir, that doesn't count in our
Price. That
evaluation,
don't have anything to do with the price of a lot.
not for us, no.
Now, if I had a well and septic tank on my vacant lot, it wouldn't change the value.
No, sir.
The market value.
Not when they're valued in there by the
No,
neighborhood.
it would change the market value.
I'm not saying it won't, but you asked us, did it change our value when we value it, and I'm telling you, no, it's
So y'all are
not.
not doing market value,
Yes, we're doing,
even though that's what you say.
we're not fee appraisers, we do mass appraisal. So we're doing it on the whole
So what
lot.
I'm saying is this one that you're using compared to mine has a well and septic tank on it,
Yeah,
but mine's vacant lot doesn't. But
So-
you appraise them at the same thing.
we're appraising for what those lots are valued at, and that's what we value at.
Well, we made a decision. We're gonna go with what the assessors did on that property, what they assessed at 75, from, looking at, reviewing the information we got. That's what that property out there is valued at. I mean, they about as close as they can get.
No, nobody will pay you that for it. Now, you know,
Well,
and y'all saying market value,
the properties in the county have gone up, just like everything else has. And, I've got some just like it that, I'm glad it went up, but I'm not gonna get what I want out of it, so, I understand how you feel about it. You just got to get the right buyer that wants that piece of property.
I'm not trying to sell it. I don't want to sell it.
You don't want
When I
to
get
put it right
ready,
there next to it.
when I get ready to sell it, I don't think I can get that far.
And he's not getting any taxation for the old barn, is
No,
he?
No, sir,
they
we
don't.
don't have
Yeah,
valued at any.
Look at that, so, it's 7,500 per acre, is that what you said, maybe?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, the board's gonna go with that, we discussed it. We move on, now if you'll come up and talk about you,
Well, I did talk about the house while I was up there. I talked about both of them.
you got anything else that you wanna tell us about the house?
No, other than,
Cause they gonna do a comparison of houses, that's what Bill's going.
this is a picture of the single line next door. They cut off this picture
The
so they wouldn't
land.
have a shipping container.
Yeah.
Put all the in it. I mean, I understand why they did that, had that feet, block it out.
So that's next door to you.
Yeah, that's why I know
We
exactly
looking
what I'm
at
saying.
it.
Hang on.
You look
People
right there
living
on
on
that
it.
map.
It's not a vacant lot.
Right. You look right there on that map.
The land is 030.
Where is the contain, where is the next, the piece of property you're talking about?
He said next door.
Yeah, it's in there, I'm assuming that that's it right there.
Us.
That's the lane, maybe, yeah. But it's right next to it, to those trees.
You can't see it through the trees.
All right, you throw, Mr.
Yeah.
Bill. And you can come back after you get through talking, you can come back if you wanna, remark on something.
Okay. The subject property is 6.29 acres with a house on the Eatonton Highway, and it's valued at $292,634. The first comp we have is on Graham Road. It's valued at $274,045. It's the comp is 2.0 acres, and it's valued at $17,035 for 2 acres. So we added $30,140 there to equal that out. It's a smaller house. It's 2,238 square foot. Their house is 2,621. It's we adjusted to 44,045. Their house is valued at $93 a square foot. This house was valued at $115 a square foot. This house that we're comparing is has an effective year of 2010. Theirs has an effective year of 1997. So I subtracted $54,331 there to even that out. They're both 115 grade houses. They both have central heat and air. There's a garage on their house. This house does not have a garage, so I added $14,202. The porches and everything were roughly the same. I did subtract $542 to balance that out. The accessories, they have $2,253 of accessories. The comp has $448, so I added $1,805 to equalize that out. They do not have a fireplace, so I subtracted 1,091 for a negative 1,091 to equalize everything out. The next comp is at 307 Southern Walk Circle. It is 0.74 acres. Value of that is $24,300, so I added $22,875 to bring that out. It's a smaller house. It's 2,018 square foot. Theirs is 2,621, so I had to add $74,772. It's valued at $124 a square foot. Again, theirs is valued at only $93 a square foot. Their house is a 1997 effective year. This house is a 2009, so I subtracted 49,387 to equal out the effective years. They're both 115 grade houses. The bathrooms, they have a 2.5 bath. This only has a 2. I added $1,613 to equalize that out. The garage, the garage is only $12,821. Their garage is $14,202. So I added $1,381 there to equalize that out. The porches and everything, this house has a lot more porches and patios, decks. They have 12,121. The subject property has 3,002. I subtracted 9,119 to equalize that out. The accessories, this house had no accessories, so I added 2,253 to balance that out. A fireplace, this one They didn't have a fireplace, this one did, I added 1,079 on it. Total adjustments are 43,309. So final land and value, 317,995. The last comp is at 292 Southern Walk Circle, has a value of $292,605. The land value, their land value is 24,300. Their value is 47,175, so I added $22,875. This is a less square foot, it's 2,264, they have 2,621. I added 42,483 to make them break out. It's at $119 a square foot. Theirs is at $93 a square foot. This has a 2009 effective year. They have a 1997 effective year. I subtracted 54,300 because this is a newer house. Both of them are 115 grades. This only has a two baths. Theirs is 2.5. I added 1,614 to equalize that out. The garage is a little less. It's 11,934. Theirs is 14,202. So I added 2,268 to balance that out. Porches, the comp has 11,450. They have 3,072. So I subtracted 8,448 to make up for that difference. On accessories, they had no accessories, so I added 2,253. The fireplace, I had 1,078 for the fireplace. Total adjustments, $7,667 for a final value of $300,272. The subject property has 6.29 acres and a house located on the Eatonton Highway. Of the comparables, number 3 has the fewest adjustments of $7,667 and represents the most comparable value at $300,272. We believe our values are fair and uniform and request that there be no change. Our final opinion of value is, let's see, $292,634.
$634?
$694.
292,694?
292,634.
634, we got the right, 292,634. Probably didn't change that from the last one, so. Again, all of these are 115, 124, 119 a square foot. Theirs is $93 a square foot.
Phil, is it, all these houses been, reevaluated, the ones that you put into your summary, is it, all of those houses been, reevaluated for this tax year?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they were,
It's all done on tables, so every
They're,
house.
they're,
is
all of
done.
these are
In the whole
110 square
county.
foot.
right. So they've all, the ones that y'all picked to.
Yeah, basically we run a query, and you take, whatever prints, we take the top 4 usually, and whatever they are
Right.
to go. It ain't no, we pick one for any good reason, it's just the first 4 we get to.
But they've all been reevaluated.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
So, when we get the reevaluation this next year, they've been around to every property.
They looked at every house.
They've looked at every property here, they've run sales ratio studies on every neighborhood, on the county as a whole, they've looked at all the sales and everything, and they have the time and the personnel to go out there and look at them. We don't. Like I said, when Emory isn't there, I'm the only appraiser there. We don't have the time to go and do that.
Okay. Yeah, we understand that.
Only a few percent. Give me the vacant lot, what was that, parcel number? Was it 29 or 30?
30.
30.
The vacant lot was 30?
Yes.
Okay, I just, Henry, on the comps, do y'all not take into consideration concrete pools like y'all, did so heavy last time?
Yeah, I mean, if you, where it's got accessories down there, a lot of times, you can see, like on this right here, the accessory improvements is 2253 if you look at it. The pool will be in it. So a lot of times,
So you don't list it separately on your,
I don't, Bill does. Because that, I mean, you got the accessory value there as already total, so I just usually put the total accessory value, but, a lot of times Bill breaks it out. That's just an extra step you have to do, subtract and from the total, do all that when you can do it all at once, so. It'd be the same result either way. But pools are listed under accessory.
because on the comps, it would be easy to see that one of the comps has a pool and concrete slab poured all around it, whereas, taxpayers does and stuff like that.
Yeah. In this case, they don't have a pool.
right, so we've come to a decision. We're looking at the property that Bill presented, and the way we are looking at it is, after examining the square footages and the locations and everything that we looked at, we came up with a decision. We came up with a decision that basically on our part, it's the location has a lot to do with, what the price, how we came up with it, and looking at the comparisons of different properties and what he give us to compare with. So what we came up with is a price. Where we got it? We came up with, a valuation assessment of 269,960. So that's gonna lower, your assessment from 292 to 634. At 634, carry you down to 269. Any more questions from? I think so. I think that's it. Okay. Bill? All right, so y'all understand what we got? 269,960.
And y'all did that on the improvement, not the land, you leaving the land where it is?
We leave the land alone.
Okay, that's on just the improvement itself.
And you say it's just a location.
Basically, we
Location.
looking, what y'all give us to compare with,
So they put a location factor
put,
on it.
put the comparison, and that's what we sitting up here looking at, is trying to compare where one house is sitting and what's around it, and things that,
Your lot adjustments were kind of, so on the comp one, the lot adjustments were, and then lots 2 and 3, which were in Southern Walk, lot adjustments didn't make sense to us because, you're valuing at 7,500 an acre, but you used a lesser lot value in Southern Walk. Probably the adjustments.
yeah, those two lots on Southern Wall.
Yeah, we just zero the land out on when it's got a house. All you were given on a comparable is the house.
Right. Looking
So
at
the land's not even in it.
Right. But we looking at it as a location.
Yeah.
And so, that's what we came up with. And you're fine with that?
Is that the total amount gonna be on that?
Yes.
Okay.
The assessment, we're recommending the assessment to be
269,960.
269,960. And you'll get a letter receipt, saying what, we decided. Okay, so, we're ready to move on. Is Mr.
Massey.
I'll give him.
What's your one, sir?
Curtis Massey.
Media job. I didn't realize we had to fill one out. You gotta fill one out for every.
Yes, Nancy, better give them a few seconds to catch up on the.
Sure, sure,
Well, you wanna go first?
sure, yeah.
All right, go ahead and.
Let me go ahead.
we Get started.
Okay.
Give us your address and.
Okay, my name's Kurt Massey, and I live at 101 Mulgee Springs Drive. That's also a River North home. Seems like River North must have got hit kind of hard on some of this stuff, but first of all, I want to tell everybody I appreciate everybody here. I think that everybody's just trying to do their job, and I certainly don't mean any disrespect on any comments that I make. I think that there's a couple fallacies, I guess, that I feel like I see with this. And again, the tax assessor's doing the best they can. I know you got to go by something. But I guess what I'm seeing, and I'm just to give you a couple of quick stats, is that I've been in my house for 30 years. For the first 29 years, the increase was $59,205. Last year, it went up $106,946 just in 1 year. So for the first 29 years that I lived there, my value increased by 20%, less than 1% per year. Last year, it increased 37% in 1 year. I'm just trying to and I understand what everyone's saying, but it's hard for somebody to look at that and say that's not excessive, okay? And here's the two fallacies that I think I see, is that, number one, we're using comps for houses that sold after the COVID situation and after the craziness that happened from COVID and the increase in housing prices and all the things that happened after that. It's been crazy. I think anybody could admit that it's been just kind of a crazy increase that happened since 2020, sometime in 2020. I think if we went to the first months of 2020 and did a comp there, we would see a huge change there. And so I think it's just a little bit unfair to use the comps that we're using from the last 2 to 4 years because of just the craziness that's happened. Just like in the stock market, there's going to be some kind of correction that happens there. And this assessment's coming at a time where we have not allowed that correction to take place. Even the tax assessor admits that the accuracy probably will not be there until next year. So at the least, I guess I would request that my assessment be delayed until we do get to the accuracy that happens next year, because the increase that's happened, I think, is just something that it's not that the numbers that you're presenting are wrong. It's a crazy thing that's happened in our society, really, that's caused this kind of thing. And we haven't had the correction be able to take place. The second thing that I see that's a fallacy here is that every time somebody sells a home, and not every time, but in most cases, people are putting money into that home. They're putting some things into there to fix it up, make it look nice so it can sell. I've got a 30-year-old home, and it's got 30 years worth of problems. I've got a crack in the foundation. It needs new windows. It needs to be painted. Okay, I got an assessment just on getting it painted. It was $17,000 just to get the outside of my house painted. So to get ready to where I could sell it for the assessment that's here would cost me a lot of money to even get to a point where I could even put it up for sale, much less to try to get that value for it. So those are the two things, I guess, that I'm looking at that seems to make it a little bit, again, you got to go by something, and I don't think anybody's doing anything wrong per se. It's just that we haven't had that correction take place. I would request that after the correction happens, maybe in the next year or two, could I get an assessment there? I heard the gentleman say that you're going to be stuck with this assessment for a couple of years. I would hate for that to happen, then all of a sudden the correction comes next year, and then here I am with an assessment that's just way too high, and I can't get out of it. So that's really all I've got to add to it. I'm not going to be redundant. I kind of agreed with a lot of the things that other people said, but I'm not going to continue with all that. It's just that those are the things I guess I wanted to add to the mix.
Any houses, on your street there, has any houses sold this year?
I think there was one house that sold, but the house that sold was a custom-built home. Mine was not, and it was worth. It's a tremendously much bigger home than mine. It's not really one that you could, I think, compare with it. So
The houses are in there, like Bill said, they kind of gradually, the ones that were built later, are custom built,
right.
not in comparison to what's in the front.
Correct. And I do agree that some of the homes down closer to the river, I'm fairly close to the river, I'm not on the river, but my house is not brick, it's the, the siding, and I don't have all the custom stuff like those homes were, yeah, so.
Your house masonry?
The masonry siding, yes, stucco and masonry siding, yeah, right. It's mostly the siding on 3 sides, the front stucco.
Kind of,
Okay.
just so you know,
Uh-huh.
if the values did go down below what the value is, your value still would go down. You locked on a max, not a minimum.
Okay, so if we set it at a certain place and then it comes down over that correction.
Our
then that
value
comes
can't
down.
still go up. We can't go up, but we can go down.
Okay, all right. It's good to know that. And a lot of this was really just kind of a fact-finding mission for me, to be quite honest with you. I didn't know how things worked with some of this, and now that I've seen it, I really appreciate the process and I appreciate everything that everyone here is doing, so, okay? Mhm.
Okay. This is a house at 101 Oak Mortgage Springs Drive. Subject properties on 2.61 acres on Oak Mortgage Springs Drive in River North. We have a value of $396,151. As I said earlier today, different areas of River North are nicer areas than some. This is, and I think you'll agree, it's probably the nicest neighborhood in there, wouldn't you say?
The area that I'm in, you mean?
Yes, sir.
It's probably one of the newer ones that's at the front.
But newer and nicer, and like you said, most of the houses in that area are bigger than yours and brick and everything, but it is probably the nicest concentrated area in there, I'd say.
It would be hard to say that it's not just simply because you're on the river. I mean, I'm
Right.
on the river.
Right, yeah,
But there's plenty of homes in that area that.
Yes,
are
sir,
on the
yes,
river.
sir.
That obviously brings the price up.
Yes, sir. And another thing, we don't know where we're going, but I'll agree with you that the market has been just all over the place. I mean, it's just went insanely crazy.
Right.
However, we're tasked by the state to give a value as of January 1st every year. I mean, and I'm not saying it's right or anything, that's just how it is. We have to go with where we are January 1st. It's like if you have a house that's there January 1st, it burns down January 10th, you still pay on it for the rest, for that year. So we have to come up with a value. I would love for everything to settle out and us do that then.
Right.
I mean, but we have to do the best we can to put a fair and uniform value on there as of January the 1st. You know, but the housing market has just been, we can't keep up. I mean, it has been insane. His house, Mr. Massey's house, is a 3,036 square foot house, valued at $114 a square foot. Was built in 1994, has an effective year of 1999, average condition of 140 grade. We have it as 2 baths, is that correct?
2.5.
2.5, okay. Central air and heat, porches and everything. My first comp is in Tumbling Shoals Road, which I would say is an equivalent subdivision. It's, you know, it's a nicer area as well. The first comp we have, your land value is $50,050. This has 2.2 acres, but it's $47,190. We added 2,860 to get those to balance out. This house was a little bit smaller than yours, 2,991 square foot versus your 3,036. So we added $7,020 to make that comparable. It was $156 a square foot. Yours is $114 a square foot. Your effective year is 1999. This house effective year is 2010. We subtracted $82,566 there for the different effective years. $82,000. The bathrooms there, he has a 2.5. We have it as 2 bathroom. This one is a 3.5, so I subtracted 5,000, 327. That should actually be a little lower because he has a bit more baths. I'm not going to really worry about that. The garage, his garage is valued at 12,607. This house's garage is valued at 17,907. I subtracted 8,902 on that. The porches and everything, he has $7,205 worth of porches. This house has 16,610. I subtracted $9,405 for the differences. The accessories, he has no accessory buildings or anything. The first comp does, 15,089. I subtracted $15,089. Total adjustments, 111,409 for a final value of $417,040. Also, when he was talking about the things he needs to do on his house and everything, we do have a 25% physical depreciation on there. His house has a replacement cost new of $461,468, because if you look at the second page of his property record card, he has 25% of his value marked off. It's at 0.75. So we accounted for, and we do that in the effective age as well. His is 1995 to account for these things. The second comp is on Wimbledon Court, which is where the two other gentlemen that were here, they're on Wimbledon Court in River North. The site acreage on it is half an acre, 40,040. His Mr. Massey's at 50,050, so we added 10,010 to make that even out. It is a little bit smaller. It's 2,870 square foot versus his at 3,036. I added 18,260 to make that balance out. This one is at $110 a square foot. The year built, this is actually a 1995 built. There's no effective year on it, so we added 27,419 to make that equalize out. They're both 140 grade, no change there. It's two bath. We had his two bath. Central air and heat. The garage is exactly the same, 12,607, no change there. Porches, we have 9,050 versus Mr. Massey's 7,205. We subtracted $1,845 there. No accessories. Total adjustments, $53,844 for a total value of $409,211. The last comparable is the land value there is more. It's $65,807. Mr. Massey's $50,050. We made a $15,757 adjustment there. It's a smaller house as well, 2,685 square foot. His is 3,036. We made an adjustment of $44,226 there. It's at $126 a square foot. His is at $114 a square foot. His effective year is 1999. This one has an effective year of 2010. We subtracted $16,841 there because a 2010 year is a better, a newer house, so we subtracted that value. You go down here to the garage. The garage is bigger. It's 18,117. Subtract 12,607. We subtracted 5,510. Make the garages equal out. The porches, we have 13,333 on the comp, 7,205 on the subject. We subtracted 6,128. Accessories, we had $2,800 of accessories. We subtracted $2,800 to balance that out. Get down here to total adjustments. a negative 2,810 of negative adjustments for a final value of $404,145. The subject property is .61 acres and a house located in Okmulgee Springs Drive and River North. Of the comparables, number 3 has the fewest adjustments of $2,810 and a total value of $404,145. We believe our values are fair and uniform and request there be no change. Our final statement of value is $396,151. The last house also, it's sold in 2022 for $385,000. So we're pretty close on there. Y'all have any questions?
I can't stand it, Bill. Straighten me out here. On the taxpayer subject matter, he's got a 0.6 of an acre valued at $50,000.
Mm-hmm. All the River Norths are,
That comes out to like $82,000 an acre, if you go up to an acre.
right,
All right, and then we go on comp 3, you got 12.2 acres, which is only $5,000 an acre.
right.
So why do
But they're not in River North.
okay, but why do you subtract $15,000 instead of adding back? For the comp, to your adjustment, I don't understand that.
To make them equal out, because it's 65,807, it's more. It's 15,757. We subtract that out to where the land values are equal on both of
Okay,
them.
you want the land values equal.
Right, and that way we're talking about the house only.
improvement.
That takes the land value out. So what we strive for, houses should be priced on a 120 house should be roughly the same price per square foot if it's in River North, if it's in Haddock, if it's in Griswoldville, wherever. And that's what we're mainly doing is the square footage on the house, that price.
gonna leave it at 396, 151.
Okay, sir.
Got that in? We looked at it and in comparison to the other properties we looked at today that's in your area, and we feel like that's a justified. All right, you got anything you want?
Well, is there a process to appeal that in some way? where you
Yeah,
could,
yeah, you have a process that you can, after you get all your paperwork from us, you can file an appeal with Superior Court.
Okay.
And
When you do that, do they take into consideration the improvements that you'd have to make on your home maybe to get to those values, or do they even
they'll
look at
tell
that?
you what they would take into consideration after being Superior Court.
Also.
And you'll be before Superior Court judge, tax assessors, be they all be there what you feel.
What we
Yeah.
do also is we will have a settlement conference and come in and talk with you,
Okay,
and we'll go out and look at your house
okay.
and anything you wanna show us. Did you say your foundation was cracked?
Got a crack in the foundation.
If you'll show us any things like that, and we'll try and work to it, so we don't have to disagree.
Okay, that'd be great.
All right. Once you get the paperwork from them and everything, give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to go out and look at it. You show us anything you have or anything like that. Also, I don't know if you heard me say earlier, just because it went up a certain amount, we've been dropping the millage rate almost I can't remember exactly. They went from 32.8 to 29.17. So that doesn't mean that it's jumping up in direct
Tax.
proportion to your
Right.
taxes.
Right.
So that there is that. Of course, in River North, y'all have a different tax rate because they have that bond issue
Okay.
and everything. And you will know probably next week what your taxes will actually be. I
Okay.
think Brian's sending bills out the 28th, 29th. So probably by the time we get out there, you'll know exactly where your taxes are going to be.
Okay.
But we'll come out and look at anything.
Okay.
You want to show us, we'll work.
Okay. That sounds perfect.
Like I said, we're trying to get it compliant with the state,
Yeah.
and, we'll work.
Well, and I see what's happening. It's not your fault. It's just one of those things I think
The market,
things have happened, you know?
29 is the house, 30 is the land only. 30 is land only, 29's got the house on it.
not ones that have been fixed up, but look like 1989, 1990, $480,000, not one or two, not outliers. I mean, I think it's 7 or 8.
First appearance that y'all would be.
So I don't know, they don't work at the county, let us, I don't know where they're getting money.
We also have the phenomenon of where builders will kick in at that point in time and you'll start, because a lot of times if they're not selling homes, they quit building. They go into home repairs or whatever, and all of a sudden, you know, and then when they see that there's that market, they start building, and all of a sudden, prices go down. So,
We've been watching, and houses are coming down. So the thing is when interest rates went up, sales drop a little bit, new construction drop a little bit, but the prices have not came down. It wasn't until March of this year, late February, early March.
That's correct.
That we saw prices going down at all. But last week, they lowered the interest rates a little bit. Trump's talking about lowering the interest rates a couple of points. If they do that, the market's gonna get take back off again. So, we don't have a crystal ball.
Oh, I know,
or
I know.
ESP,
Well, nobody does, I mean, so.
But we try very hard to do the best job we
No,
can.
I agree with that. Well, I'll give you calls as soon as I get
Okay,
it.
so when you get that from them, we'll do that. We'll go out and look at it. We'll call you in, we'll have a settlement conference, see what we can do. All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Have a great day. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, sir.
some of them mailed them in, some of them came in. Whenever they did come in, I tried to stay up there for